that. And I am going to just make sure I have all the angles right and all the mics are turned on. And I think we're about ready to go. And I'm sure a few people are going to jump on the call as we get going. But just if you didn't already know, my name is Scott Salter. And I am the 2019 chairman of the board for the Alabama Area Chamber of Commerce. And I'm excited to be here today. I wanted to make sure that if you have a question during this time, you can leave it in the comments below. If you have a question, you can leave it in the comments below, and then we will go from there. So I'm going to turn my camera around so my Zoom people can see me if they have a question or anything, because I think the live stream is going to be a little bit off from our Zoom meeting. Is that correct, Carrie? Is it better now? I think if I'm straight on. Yeah. Okay. So either way, so we'll move it back and forth as we need, and then we'll go from there. So social media, rebooting your social media as we get going. Today, Business Builder Series is brought to you by the Alabama Area Chamber of Commerce. There's a lot of great business builder programs that we have. There's one in an hour or two, another one that'll come out. We put these out regularly for the purpose of helping our small businesses, helping our members, helping the economic state of our community get going, okay? We know this is a tough time for everybody, so it's very important that everybody understand that, you know, we're all going through this together. And if you have concerns, if you have comments, if you have questions about your business getting back going, the Chamber of Commerce is a great resource for that. So just remember that. The Chamber of Commerce is here to serve you and here to help. Okay. So with that, we're going to talk about rebooting your social media today, and we're going to cover a wide base of topics. But one of the big things I want to cover today is what you need help with. So if you need help with social media, if you need help with your content, whether that be Google, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, whatever the platform may be, definitely let us know so we can do what we can to help you. Okay. Now, I see there's a few people on. Lindsay, Chris, our 2020 chairman of the board, Chris Bond. Glad to see you here. Remember today, all the opinions that I'm going to have are my opinions and my opinions own. So they don't reflect the Chamber of Commerce, just so everybody's protected in that sense. So get mad at me if you don't like something that I'm going to say. I'm doing the best I can with my businesses as well as the businesses that I represent. So again, you got a concern, you just let me know. Okay. Again, I want to see some comments in the comments below. If you have a question, definitely let us know. I see we have a councilman on there, and we already have a couple questions coming through. So starting off today, there are 4 main points I want to cover before we start getting into questions, okay? One of the big points that I want to cover is the importance of having a social media plan. Now, a lot of people wonder what ads, what things I need to run, what time of day do I need to post and things like that. And really, I want you to focus on one thing for me. I need you to make a plan for your social media, okay? We can't have a Facebook page. We can't just post things here and there and expect serious results. We really have to have a plan laid out with real goals and real things to consider so that we can have some type of track record that we can follow. Okay. So what platforms best should we use? It's really important to understand that everyone is on Facebook. So we need to be on Facebook. Okay. Everyone is on Facebook. We need to be on Facebook. Now, remember, if you're not on Facebook, you need to be, because the largest group of population is on Facebook. We can argue left and right whether or not my specific main customer base is on Instagram or they're on Twitter or they're on LinkedIn or wherever. Well, we know that the baseline is that everyone is on Facebook. That's really, really important to remember. Okay. So if you're not on Facebook, if you don't have a Facebook business page, you need to be on Facebook business. You need to do those, or you need to create that page so you can have the best access to the largest audience. Okay. Now, in terms of what to post, it really depends on your business. You know, a lot of times customers come to me and they say, hey, I don't know what to post at my business. Well, if you're a bank, It might be the different loan products that you offer. It might be the different services that you help for veterans or mortgage rates or car rates. If you're a contractor, it might be posting a variety of specialties that you do, whether it be cabinets, whether it be concrete, whether it be siding. If you're an insurance company, it might be life insurance, it might be flood insurance. And it just, all those things depend on the business. But what's really important is to remember your business has things to post because it has a variety of services that it provides. Okay, skating rink doesn't just roller skate. It has birthday parties. It helps daycares. It does local schools, whatever that may be. Now, obviously, there's a COVID-19 element to some things right here. Now, it's important to understand that everyone is working through this COVID-19 period. At least in our area, the Alvin Manville area, things are starting to open up. I know the skating rink is going to be allowed to open tomorrow. There are other places in the area that are being able to open. And some of us have a little bit more of a lag time to get going. But one of the big things to remember is that we need to remind our customers, what we are doing to deal with the COVID-19 period. Okay. So there was a good question that came through. Let me see if I can find it. So Tina had recently asked this. She said, what's the best time of day to post? Now, since we're talking about making a plan, that's a valid question for right now. One of the things I want you to understand is that when it comes to posting and timing out Facebook posts, if you're not posting at all, the time of day that you need to post doesn't matter because you're not posting at all. If you're not putting out content regularly, then there's no argument right now on when you need to post or when you don't need to post. You need to regularly post about your business and your variable offerings that you have. And then from there, we can look at the data and we can decide on whether or not you should post on Tuesday versus Thursday versus the morning versus the evening. One of the things I constantly tell clients is whenever you post on Facebook, do you see whenever you get on Facebook and you log on and you see your wall, do you normally see posts that show up 30 seconds after they're posted? Or when was the last time you saw a post on Facebook that said this was posted 1 minute ago? You don't typically see that very often. Now, the reason you don't see that very often is because there's a lot of postings on Facebook. Okay, there are a lot of postings on Facebook that are always coming through. There's always new content. There's always new videos. There's always new things that your friends are sharing. And that's important to understand. Your content is not going to be visible to your customers immediately. There is a lot of other places that are going to see their customers first. So if Home Depot and State Farm and Remax and all these businesses are posting to the population, it's real easy for your information to get blocked out by all of those things. So posting regularly is the simplest thing that you can do to stay visible. So again, if you're asking me what time to post, and again, this is responding to Tina's question, if you're asking me what time to post and you're not already posting regularly, let's fill that gap before we work on what time of week to post, because there's a lot of times that you just don't do anything online or you don't post. So that's important to remember. Okay. Now, talking about making a plan, I'm going to switch my screen one more time over to that slide so you can see it really quickly one more time. Okay. Making a plan and scheduling it out is really important. You have a scheduling feature on Facebook that allows you to schedule posts. And again, for my Zoom meeting viewers, you're about 30 seconds behind what the computer screen is going to see. So it'll be right back up. So we talk about making a plan, which platform is best. We know Facebook is where it's at. Okay. We know that you need to post regularly and you need to post about the offerings that you have at your general business. Now, scheduling those posts out throughout the month are easy. What's coming up on Monday? All right. What's coming up on Monday? Memorial Day. All right, Memorial Day is Monday. We know everybody's going to throw out a post with an American flag. Everybody's going to sit there and say, God bless America. Everybody's going to say, hey, we're here. We're open on Monday. We have extended hours. Our bank is closed. Everybody does that, okay? So there's no reason that on Monday you should be scrambling to find a picture on Google that is of an American flag so you can post something on Memorial Day, okay? And that's something that I see a lot of businesses do last minute. These are posts. We know where these holidays are. We know that they're coming. So why can't we create the post now, later, than whenever? We can post them weeks in advance so we don't have to worry about that. And we can focus on the specific offering that our customers want to know about. Okay. If you tell me, hey, we don't have a lot of roofing customers for a construction company. I don't know what it is. We just don't have a lot. And I ask you, I say, hey, well, when was the last time you posted that you do roofs, or that you posted a before after of roofs? Okay, well, that might be an answer right then and there. So it's important to remember, if you're not already posting about your general offering, you need to make sure that you're doing so. Okay. Now, this is another really, really good question. I'm going to put this one up there. I'm going to read this. Hope said, what should I actively do to convince my customers to come back to my business due to COVID-19? Or what should I do to let my customers know that my business is safe? Okay, now this is a really, really tough question for a lot of people, because a lot of us right now, if you're a bank, maybe you're not or a credit union, you're not doing in-person visits. If you are a skating rink, you're not turning on your arcades. If you're a restaurant, you're just now starting to bring back in dine-in and things like that. Now, how do we tell our customers that it's safe to return? How do we do that? How do we tell them that it's safe and we are starting to open back up and you should come and visit us? Okay. One simple thing that I recommend all my clients do is add a small paragraph or an emoji little check mark and lay out each of the things that you're doing extra because of COVID-19. Okay. Because of COVID-19, we are adding one more layer of sanitization with our roller skates. We are making sure with our pest control company, that you have a touchless experience as much as possible. All of our exterminators are wearing covers on their shoes and their hands, and they're disposing of them immediately. I know EMS and fire department, they've opened up a lot of different levels of PPE that they do now on every single call that they do, and they dispose of those items. Let your customers know that. I know a lot of you went to the restaurants or went to a drive-through and you were surprised. Holy moly, there was already acrylic put up on the window. They already weren't taking cash, or they were already going about how they do business slightly different. Now, that's important because it's that extra level of comfort for your customers. So remember, every time you post right now, if you're posting, hey, we're open, add a small section about what you're doing because of COVID-19. Now, again, even if you're a business that doesn't directly have contact with customers, maybe you're just a shipping company and you ship items. What are you doing for your employees to reinforce to your customers that you're taking care of your employees? All of those things are important to remember. Okay. So every single post that you do right now, I really think that you should remind your customers about what you're doing in terms of extra sanitization to make sure, because we're all taking extra steps. I know Kevin is at the bank. I know Gabe and Chad are at their facilities. I know at the Chamber of Commerce, there's a greater level. I know they work from home from a little bit. Everybody's been doing that. Now, even at the skating rink, we have new cleaning procedures. It's important to get that information out because it's expected. It's expected. Okay. So with that, I want to move to a second point that I have. Now, that's talking about looking from outside in. We just talked a little bit about what our customers might think, okay, what our customers might want to know about our cleaning procedures, or we want to make sure that they're knowing that we're doing those things. Now, let me switch it over for a Zoom. Remember, looking from outside in, it is very important to know that your customers feel safe. If you look at your website, if you look at your Google page, if you look at your Facebook page, and you don't see any real difference in what your business looked like 90 days ago to what it looked like now, that's something that we need to double check on, because right now people are looking for that extra bit of seriousness when it comes to cleaning and sanitation. Now, when was the last time that you Googled your business? When was the last time that you pulled open your phone and you Googled the name of your business? Okay. A lot of people are surprised that when they do that, all of a sudden they go, you know what? My phone number's not visible. My website or my email, those things are wrong. My hours are incorrect. All of those things are very easily fixed whenever you just do a routine check from time to time. Typically every 90 days, you should do a simple Google search. Now, quick tip from a pro: do not Google your business from your own phone. Do not Google your business from your own phone. Does everybody understand what that means? I think so. Now, what I mean when I say that is use your spouse's phone, use your friend's phone, ask a coworker, ask a colleague, can you Google my business? I want to see what it looks like from an outsider looking in. Those things are very important because your phone, my phone, is going to have Alvin Volunteer Fire Department, Alvin Manville Chamber of Commerce, and Alvin Skating Party as the top searches all the time because it knows I'm at those facilities all the time. Use an outsider's perspective looking in to be able to get a really accurate idea of what your customers are seeing. Okay, what your customers are seeing. So remember that when it comes to how does your business look to your customers, look from an outsider looking in. Look on an Apple device, look on an Android phone, look on a desktop computer, and how is it working? I have people that pay thousands of dollars for fancy websites, but you can't see it on an iPhone or you can't see it on an Android device. And those are hiccups that can cost you customers. And right now, in the time of COVID-19 and trying to get back to work and rebuilding some of that revenue, it's really important to try and get a good updated information. I'm getting some feedback from Zoom. Somebody's just jumped on and they need to mute themselves. But either way. So now, this is a great question from Joelle. Joelle wants to know, how do I grow my page and how do I get more followers to engage? Okay, how do I grow my page and keep my followers engaged? Okay, so I talk about 3 types of categories for posting, and it's general posting, targeted ads, and engaging posts. Okay, general posting doesn't matter what you are. Okay, it doesn't matter what business you are. You have general categories to talk about your business. Okay, generally for Joel as a politician, he is going to post basic community updates, what's going on, program of work, meeting minutes, updates in that scene. Now, for a roller skating rink, what are we going to post? We are going to post. We offer general skating for the family. We offer beginner skate lessons. Don't forget, we have birthday parties. Don't forget, we're doing this because of COVID-19. I am amazed at how many restaurant owners come to me and they say, hey, we are not selling any more of our fried chicken. We're not selling any fried chicken. We're killing it on beef. We're killing it on our sandwich. We're killing it on seafood, but we're not selling any fried chicken. But I look at what they're posting on Facebook and they hadn't talked about fried chicken in months. Okay. There are many aspects of your business or your business organization that you can post, and that is a big factor to keeping people engaged. If you are a pest control service and you offer termite inspections, if you offer fire ants, if you're a credit union, like I said earlier, if you offer a variety of loan products, if you offer a variety of accounts, you need to cycle through those counts throughout the month and make sure you're posting them. The Chamber of Commerce has a big program of work. Okay, we have a lot of different events and pictures and posts to talk about, but there are still different aspects of the Chamber of Commerce depending on the person that we can affect. Now, to the second part of your question, Joel, how do I keep my viewers engaged? Well, those general posts keep them coming back to your page. They keep them paying attention, but they don't necessarily engage them if it's not really exciting. I don't know about you, but if we're talking about the wastewater treatment plant, it's not exactly super exciting stuff. Kind of stinks. No pun intended. Either way, so it's important to ask questions on social media. Social media is word of mouth. We all know if you've been in business more than a decade, okay, if you've been in business more than 20 years, if you've been around the block, let's say slightly longer than me, you know that word of mouth is where it's at. Okay, you know that referral-based customers, hey, I had a great experience, you're going to have a great experience, come on down. That is the best way to gain a customer, and we know that. Now, when it comes to gaining a customer based on referral, we understand communication from customer to customer is the key. So if we ask our customers questions, we're going to get better engagement. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, from a politician standpoint, what do you think about this issue? Comment below. From a roller skating standpoint, what's your favorite childhood skating rink song to listen to? Okay, from a Chamber of Commerce, what type of education would you like to see our members get? Those are all questions that can stir up conversation. Okay, from a credit union standpoint, Are you satisfied with how much you're paying for your mortgage? Are you satisfied with your current car row? And sometimes, yes, you might get a negative comment here and there, but that's conversation. We know that negativity comes in conversation, and it's our job as professionals to diffuse that and go. So if you're an electrician, okay, I see Justin's on there, hey man, I saw you got your license recently. Congratulations. If you're an electrician, it's not going to appeal to too many people unless I need electrical work right then and there. Okay. That doesn't mean you can't post your services and then ask questions. Hey, were you satisfied with your last electrical job that you had on your property? Hey, do you know anything? Hey, what's more powerful, 220 or 110? Just start a simple conversation. Okay. We do that at the Frozen Spoon. Hey, what flavor do you like? Hey, what combination is the best toppings? And what that does is that gets those likes, it gets those comments, and you can get a little bit more engagement. Now, in terms of contest, I saw one comment about that, doing contests to get promotions. Now, remember, Facebook is not a big fan. Facebook is not a big fan of you posting giveaways, buy, sign up now, all capital letters. So remember that. That doesn't mean they're going to shut you down immediately, but it does mean that they're not a huge fan. So I wouldn't abuse that. I would not abuse that. Now, so like we said earlier about looking at your phone from different devices, trying to keep your customers engaged, and then seeing how they view you, that gives you that outsider perspective. And you need to look at your business from a customer perspective, because your business, you're going to see the leaky spot on the roof before anybody else. You're going to always have little things in your business that you don't like, but the customers may not see that. Okay, from a political standpoint, there may be a totally different issue that someone sees that you're not even paying attention to. And that's why it's important for you to get on there and look from an outsider's perspective coming through. Now, talking about keeping your customers engaged. All right, I want to touch on this really quickly before we move to another question. Okay, so talking about getting your customers engaged. So understanding your audience, okay, and trying to expand your audience, leading off of what Joel just said. Okay. Let's look at the data. Henry with the Gordon Street Tavern, he messaged me last night and he said, how do I use the data to grow my customer base? I want to give you a really simple story about something that the skating rink did a long time ago. So I was posting ads for the skating rink for quite some time, and we were getting good feedback, but it wasn't amazing. Okay. One of the things that we did was we looked at our data and looked at our baseline customer and what their age was, what their gender was, and where they were located. Okay. One of the things that we quickly learned by looking at the data was that 77% of the people that engaged on our page were female, and they were between the ages of 25 and 45. Okay. At the time, I was in my mid-20s, and at the time, and still today, I'm a male. So it's one of those things where I sit there and go, well, wait a minute. How specifically can me, a 20-something-year-old male, relate to a 35-year-old mother female? Okay, those are questions that you need to see, and you need to be able to ask those questions early. And you go, okay, well, maybe I need to lean on my employees that are closer to that age demographic, or that can connect to that customer a little bit better, so that we can, close the gap there for those customers. Now, we started posting a little bit more feminine ads, getting a little bit more of a motherly tone to our ads. And all of a sudden we see an increase in party bookings because moms make those decisions. Now, in terms of a credit union, in terms of construction, in terms of, if you're a bank or a credit union, you can practically touch almost all households. So from that perspective, one of the things that I would do is I would look at the data based on your membership, either by zip code. You can track it via location to who's fans on your page. And you can see by zip code on Facebook or by city where a bulk of your likes are coming from. So if the bulk of your likes are coming from neighboring towns, well, that's where your next branch goes, and so on and so on. And I know that's how you help identify where your next branch goes if you're a credit union or a bank. But even for your basic ads, if you're trying to get more car loans or car refinances, or more roofing jobs for your construction firm, or more insurance policies in a certain area, if you don't know that you're missing people in a certain city or area around you because you're not looking at the data, that's a big factor that can come back to bite you if you're wondering where those customers are. Now, We say engage with our customers because that's the best way to get a happy customer. Now, when I say engage with our customers, I mean go, comment, like, share, and support your customers. Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean B2B. That can, obviously the customers of the Chamber of Commerce per se are our members that are participating in economic growth in the community. Now, if you're a credit union, if you're an exterminator, if you're a contractor, if you're an insurance agent, obviously you have a different type of customer, but they're all the same. Everybody is posting on Facebook. Everybody is out there. Everybody's online, or at least a huge majority of them are. Okay. We need to comment, like, and respond to people on our pages. The more you respond, the more you like, the more you share, the more you comment and show the human side of your business on Facebook, it's going to be put back on you tenfold, because people want to be responded to. If they comment on your Facebook page, you need to reply and you need to say, hey, thank you, I appreciate that. If they comment or they give you a review, you need to say thank you. If they leave a negative review, you need to get on there and say, I appreciate your feedback. We're going to work to solve this problem for you. And you need to engage with it, because if you just leave those comments out there and you never say thank you and you never engage with anybody and you never go out, it makes your business very, very much so not human. And that's something that we want to avoid, okay? Because we want to have that human touch so everybody understands that we're a real deal business. Okay, so I've got a couple questions here that I'm going to hit. Kathy, let's see. Kathy Watina says, Scott, I love looking at all the different platforms, but I always kind of live within the Facebook world. What other platforms are worth using to reach young professionals and young families? Okay, so let's shorten that question briefly. What platforms are there out there? Okay, we know we've got Facebook, and as a base, we know Facebook is where it's at. Facebook is still where it's at, and it's going to be where it's at for a little bit longer. Okay, what's a little bit longer? At least another few years. Okay, it's hard to say exactly. But LinkedIn is continuing to pick up steam. As long as Trump continues to tweet, Twitter will be popular. LinkedIn for professionals. Pinterest is still hanging in there. And of course, Instagram is a huge following, and TikTok is absolutely blowing up. So if you're looking to reach a younger audience, let's say 20-something-year-olds to high school aged people, I would definitely recommend that you check out Instagram. Now, Instagram, you don't want to post words per se as much as you would on Facebook. And remember, videos are always better than images. Images are always better than text. So remember that when posting content. But TikTok and Instagram are still very, very, very hot platforms. On a baseline, I always tell businesses that want to start getting on Instagram that are on Facebook already. I tell them at first, mirror your content on Facebook, on Instagram. Make them one and the same. Okay. In fact, there's a button that you can do to share both. Even if you're a Chamber of Commerce, even if you're an old folks, a retired home, a 55 and up, and there are not as many people on Instagram within your facility. If you want to access Instagram, you need to make a mirror image of Facebook to start. Then you can look at the data and see what kind of content your customers are engaging with, and then that'll help you best figure out what you need to post on Instagram, whatever's getting the most response. Okay, so with that, TikTok is absolutely shaking up the world. I'm not going to go too much into TikTok because I feel like it's far more targeted for some of our businesses. Why are we on TikTok? Because everyone else is getting on TikTok. Why are we on Facebook? Because 90% of our customers are going to have a Facebook page, or they're going to be on Facebook. Okay. There's no weird algorithm to it. Don't need to think about it any more specific than that. It's a very simple concept. We are going to go where our customers are at. If our customers require a cleaner environment to make sure they are safe in this post-COVID-19 environment, we are going to meet that need. Okay. If our customers are going on Facebook, if they're going on Instagram, if they're going on TikTok, whatever it's going to be, we're going to go there. TikTok, very, very simple app to use. I'm sure there's people in your business or in your workplace that are already using it, if not your children. Definitely recommend you do that. I know a personal story of a local business owner, Lindsay Vaughn with Remax American Dream, started posting TikToks, doing fun dances, telling stories, just having a great old time on TikTok. She got tens of 20 of 30 something thousand views on some of her TikToks. And these were simple postings that she was doing. Her kids were riding the bus to school and they said, "Hey, is this your mom, this cool real estate lady?" Now, what kind of ROI is a 12-year-old going to bring a real estate agent? We can argue that all the time. One of the things I want you to understand is that being relevant now is valuable later. So just remember that, okay? Being relevant now is valuable later, okay? Those people are going to need real estate agents down the line, and it shows relevance. If you haven't updated your Facebook page in a year, if you haven't posted any content online, if you haven't changed a profile picture or updated your address, it's a credibility issue, okay? You need to remind your customers right now, you're open, you're safe. These are the steps that we're doing to protect our customers. Come spend some money with us and support local business. Okay. Now, so again, those platforms are good. Whether or not Twitter, I saw one of those on there, whether or not Twitter is good for you. I'm not a big Twitter fan because it's just a lot of content. I'm more of a video and photo guy. So I prefer to do that. Ethan's, here's one from our current chairman. Can I post on multiple platforms? Chris Vaughn, our 2020 chairman. Can I post on multiple platforms at once? Absolutely. Well, one, you can post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time via just one click of a button on Facebook. If you want to post to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, things like that all at one time, you can do that with Hootsuite. You can do that with a few other apps. I personally really like Hootsuite if you're going to be doing lots of platforms. Those things do cost money. So again, if you're a business that hasn't been posting frequently, that hasn't been updating their content, that doesn't have a specific strategy for things like that, it's important that you just get to that baseline first and start posting frequently before we start spending money on ad software and things like that, because you've got to get your business out there first. Okay. So definitely Hootsuite is something to check out. And there are also some features within Facebook that can allow you to post that. And remember, Facebook allows you to schedule posts ahead of time. So like I said earlier, the Memorial Day post, those posts coming up. My birthday's coming up on June 11th. If you want to get me something, don't worry. We're going to have an awesome party for my 30th birthday at this catering, sponsored by the Alabama Area Chamber of Commerce. No, just joking. But either way, we're going to do a variety of those things. But if you have dates coming up, all major holidays, especially if you're a bank or a credit union, all of those dates need to be pre-scheduled and set out. So there's no confusion of when you're open. Save yourself the headache and get those things out now. If you know that June is the time that you're going to focus on this because it's starting to be termite season, or July is the time that you're going to start focusing on foundation work for your construction firm, you need to get those posts scheduled out now so you can save yourself a headache later. Okay, let's see what Liz said. Liz said, "Thank you to the chamber, bringing valuable information, Scott's expertise to the population, especially during this vital time." We appreciate that, Liz. Let's see. She had one more thing. He sends his regards, looking forward to another session. Well, tell our state rep, Ed Thompson, that we appreciate all that he does for our area. Okay. Darlene from Alvin's son, she posted this. She said, "With all the incorrect information on Facebook during the pandemic, do you believe that it hurt the credibility of the people going on Facebook for information?" Well, this goes right back to that question of, hey, check out this boyfriend I got. I met him on the internet. He's French, and he goes, bonjour. It's that funny insurance commercial, I think. It says, don't believe everything that you've heard on the internet. Now, this goes back to that. People are experts at research nowadays. We all know how to Google. Okay, we all know how to search the internet to find our answer. All right. You as an individual, as a company, as a news agency, as a political affiliation, you have to put out your information. Now, we know Facebook is beginning to censor information. Facebook is beginning to censor information that it views as fake news and things like that. And again, if you post some bogus statement about COVID-19, you can expect that it will be taken down and things like that. If you're a news agency, Whether or not you should be on Facebook, I would say absolutely. If you're a news agency, our local newspaper should post on Facebook frequently. Why? Probably because more people will view that story way quicker than if it's put at the end of the driveway, because we know sometimes it rains, sometimes you don't read the paper. How often do you have time? We know that people are on their phone all the time, and we want to have our information where it's readily available for them. So in terms of fake news, again, we're all experts at that nowadays. We can look and go, you know what, that's not quite right. And we know if there's something very biased against Trump or very pro-Trump, we can see the line of truth being altered, and we make our own decisions, okay? And that's why we live in the best country in the world. Let's see. The Chamber of Commerce just posted a question. It said, we have been using Hootsuite to post on multiple platforms. Also, there is a free version that allows you to schedule 30-day posts maximum anytime. That is a very valuable statement right there. Hootsuite, again, the free version is very, very, very helpful. Let's see what Jarrett said. Jared said, Scott, you look really handsome. Well, I appreciate that. Liz said they also use Hootsuite to post on Twitter and Facebook at incoming content, and it's super hard to keep up with all the information that's coming in. If you're a processing center for information, if you're a politician, it's hard to keep posting those updates. It really is, and sometimes it takes a little while. So you need to make sure that you get those things scheduled out in that sense. Now, really quickly, I want to go right back. I want to go back to the presentation really quickly and hold off on questions for a second. If you have them, go ahead and keep posting. There's a few more that I want to try to get to now. People ask about using ads, okay? People ask me all the time, so how much do I need to spend on ads? Okay, how much do I need to spend? What about this? What about that? What is the correct amount that I need to spend on ads? Again, this goes back to the baseline. If you are not posting on Facebook now, if you are not posting regularly, don't tell me or don't ask me how much you should spend on ads, because there is a lot of free advertisement that you can get online right now by just posting more often, by just putting that information out and sending those likes and those requests. Now, remember, general posts, engaging posts, paid ads, okay? You get the general post, you get the engaging post down, then we start talking about paid ads. And I only say that because I don't want you to waste money on ads whenever you're already not utilizing lots of free advertisement that's already out there on Facebook, okay? And remember, whenever you do an ad, whenever you post any type of content like that, it's really important to remember that you have to have a goal set in place for those types of posts, okay? You have to have some type of metric where you can measure, hey, did I actually get customers when I made this post, okay? I have been posting on Facebook more and more and more. Am I actually seeing an increase in membership, an increase in life insurance policies, whatever it's gonna be, okay? If we're not booking more parties at the skating rink, but we're posting and spending more dollars on Facebook, well, it really doesn't make sense, okay? Something doesn't align there. If you're a marketer, it's a good way to get fired, okay? So it's important that we have a specific goal in mind, and we can use the data. We can use the data to track whether or not we're having results. But we can't do that if we don't have a goal. If you go into posting on Facebook, if you go into trying to grow your online page and presence, and there's no goal, there's no baseline, you're just going off of a like, you're not going off of anything else, there's no value in it. You have to be able to look at the data and see improvement. So if you need help with that, always feel free to reach out to me, message me on Facebook. You can email me, scott77511@gmail.com. If you have a specific question about how do I locate the settings tab, how do I locate the insights, what do I want to see about my demographic in my area, those are easy things that I can help you solve really quickly. I'm going to click to a Zoom question real quick. Let me see if I can find that. I see Rudy's on there. I see Glenn. Let's see. We've got a couple. There was a question on here from Donnie Merrick. Let me try to find it. Almost there. Sorry for the hang up. Participants. Still working on this. Chat. Here we go. All right. Let's see. Donnie. Okay. Donnie posted on the Zoom meeting, what is the fastest and best way to get likes and followers on a Facebook page? Okay, now that's similar to what Joel had posted earlier. What's the fastest way to get likes and followers on a Facebook page? On Instagram, the like and follow strategy is still a pretty valuable one for that. Now, what I mean when I say like and follow, I mean go and follow more people. If you are a business and you comment on other people's content, if you say, oh, that looks delicious when they have a home barbecue, if you post, hey, what a beautiful photo, hey, thanks for coming out, that does add a little bit of credibility, and that will help you build your following. You can pay for more engagement and you can pay for more reach and to promote your page. But if your page is brand new, and you're not even posting anything in the first place, there's a little bit of extra money that's probably going to be spent there that doesn't need to be spent like that. Okay. So remember, I keep beating that same point. If you're not already posting regularly, it doesn't make a lot of sense for you to start spending money on ads when you're not already utilizing the platforms. So post regularly. Councilman Starkey, if you're processing information and you're putting information about the community out there, engage with your citizens, engage with them, ask questions, and feed responses. If you're doing that and you're getting responses and people are commenting and going to your page for that information, that's great. Do it more. Do it every Tuesday, Thursday. Do it every time you have information and get out there because you're elected by the people and you want to get going. You know, Rudy, give me a head shake really quick, Rudy, so I know. You're with Luna's, correct? Yeah, Luna's. So one of the big things as a restaurant, I know you serve a wide variety of food items, right? Yeah. So, oh no, it's just one food item. Now you have a huge variety of food items. Now you need to post the variety. You need to share all the different elements of your business. Okay. You need to be able to do that. Now, like I said, for construction, like I said, for the chamber, like I said, for a banker, even for a skating rink, we have lots of elements of our business to talk about. A lot of times we say, oh, no, I don't know if there's things to talk about, but there's lots of aspects of our business to talk about. I'm going to go to the chat one more time on Zoom and check out one more question that I saw that was on there. Let's see. Kevin posted, everything that you were talking about from the beginning of the training, Amico has been doing and confirms that this is the right direction. Our credit union is very lucky to have a social media manager. And look at those stats. Absolutely, Kevin. And that's true. Rudy's with Amico. My bad. Rudy also works for Amico. My bad, Rudy. Now, Amico has virtual service. I see that on there. Now, let's go to one more question on Facebook really quickly. And let's see. I saw one down here that was really, really good. Derek posted, accepting friend requests on your personal social media pages from customers and clients. Is this a good idea or a bad idea? Now, I'm going to go with a simple response here. If you don't have a problem sharing your personal life on Facebook, talking about your kids, what's going on, then that's fine. Now, if you go and lightning friend request everybody in your community, Facebook will stop that. Facebook doesn't allow you to send hundreds and hundreds of friend requests and things like that over and over and over again. So I wouldn't bother doing that because Facebook will slow that down very quickly. Okay. Now, using your personal page to grow your business page, well, that makes sense because I'm going to share content on my personal page. And if it's going to be about my business, that's great. Now, if you're going to share content on your personal page, make sure you're okay with your customers coming to you with a problem. Okay. I share things about the skating rink or the Chamber of Commerce or the volunteer fire department on my page. I need to accept that somebody might ask a question about those things. So if you don't want to answer the question from the disgruntled customer on your personal page, you might want to step back from that role and focus on just representing the business page. If you're that person at that business and you don't have a problem doing that, then that's fine. But again, sending friend requests and sending invites, that's a very small percentage. Your actual customer base is so much wider than you can get just out of a friend base. Now, Dan Davis from Mammal City Council posted, what is the biggest trap businesses fall into when using social media? Also, what is the meaning of life? Well, as your spiritual guru, I don't know that response. But let me tell you this, Dan. The traps businesses fall into, when it comes to marketing and social media, and my marketers on the call can probably attest to this, is that money can't solve your problems. Okay. You can throw all kinds of money at sponsorships and advertisement and billboards and direct mail and Facebook ads and Google ads. But if you don't understand your customer, if you don't know what they're looking for, if you're not analyzing the data, and if you're not being human in terms of reaction to your customers, you don't exist. They're not going to come to you. We are surrounded by ads and content and videos and clickbait and thumbnails every day. We are surrounded by it. So the question is, how do we have a more human approach and connect with our customers? Okay. So as a business owner, do not fall into that just one more dollar and you can have those customers. Just one more subscription every month. And we know right now, cash flow is king. Our businesses are hurting. I know mine's hurting. We're all hurting. And we're so thankful that we at least live in a state where they're starting to get things going and people are healing and they're working on vaccines and all these things. Now, we are hurting right now. So we know spending a little bit of extra money is not really an option right now. We need to use the tools in front of us to get in front of our audience at a relatively low price. Okay. So let me see. Rudy, all right, I got a few others. I want to say that question one more time that Hope posted a little while ago. How do I convince my customers it's safe to return? Okay, just because the skating rink is allowed to open, there's probably going to be lots of customers that don't necessarily trust that we're super, super clean and ready for people to come back. It's important that in all of my Facebook posts, in our new private party offering, or when we're selling roller skates online, whatever it is, we put a small paragraph or a little emoji checklist of we are doing X, Y, and Z. We are sanitizing skates twice, once when they come in and once when they go out. We are doing mandatory checks and cleanings on all surfaces. You know, our tellers at our bank or credit union are going about each of these processes when we do that. Now, those are all things that need to be told to your customers right now because COVID-19 is still top of mind. So when posting on Facebook and when going through and making sure that you're providing the right information to your customers, you need to make sure that you're telling them what is top of mind. Right now, COVID-19 is still top of mind. Okay. Now, with the original graph, I had already said a little while ago, but general posting, engaging posting, and targeted ads. If you have someone that is doing the Facebook posting for your business, okay, if you have somebody that is responsible for marketing, if that's you, you wear many hats like most small business owners do. Ask yourself a question. General posting, engaging posting, targeting ads. General posting being basic elements about my business that I am putting out regularly. Okay, we offer these loan products. We do these types of constructions. We offer this type of family skate. We offer this type of membership for the chamber, whatever that may be. You need, regardless on how many times you are posting, you need to put out that information so customers know what's going on. Okay, engaging post is about every other one of those general posts. Ask a question so you get responses. Okay, what are you paying for your mortgage? What are you interested in saving money on? What is an element of your business that you could improve? What is a childhood favorite roller skating song that you have? Think about those things whenever you are posting your content to get that type of feedback. We know the more people that engage on our pages, the more responses that we can get long-term because we can resend them information. If they like our content, they'll see it more often. Okay, that's important to remember. Now, going back to the final question, I wanna remind everybody what those main points were. Okay, make a plan, pick a platform. Everybody's on Facebook. If you want a few other platforms, go for it. Okay, make a plan, pick a platform, Grow your audience by being human and looking at the data and understanding them. And let's talk in the last few minutes about quality versus quantity. Quality versus quantity. Quality versus quantity. Let's think about that. People ask me all the time, how often should I post? How often should I post on Facebook? Well, that is actually pretty easy, because if you're not posting at all, you can post more. Okay. If you are posting on Facebook, and every time you post on Facebook, you actually see a dip in likes. At the skating rink, we have about 15,000 followers on our Facebook page. If we post too often, we start to see a little bit of decline in that number. We might lose 5 to 10 subscribers. Now, maybe they've already aged out. They're not skating on Friday night. They're not junior high kids. They don't have kids in our demographic anymore. That's fine. That's understandable. Now, if you see a continued drop when you post, you need to look at the data and make sure that you're talking to the right people. If the people that like your page are predominantly female, you might need to have a female take a look at your ads so you can best understand your customer. Okay. If you're a rough and tough, burly haired male and you're trying to sell a beauty product as that marketing person, you're not the ideal person to connect with those customers. Okay. You need to ask business owners, if you're pursuing business owners, what they are looking for so you can best cater that marketing to them. Okay. So again, posting too many times, most people don't have that issue because they just don't post enough. And there's a lot of feedback that we can get. Now, remember, quality goes right with those engaging posts. Those engaging posts create conversation on your page. They create continued attention coming back to your page for information, coming back to your page for birthday parties at this catering, coming back to your page to learn about new loan products and offering that you have at your credit union, coming back to the Chamber of Commerce as a business resource for me to grow my business. Create content for your customers. Look at the insight tabs and then you can see what you can do. Okay, so with that, we have just a few more minutes. Does anybody have any more specific questions? Let me double check on Zoom and make sure that I saw all the right information. Are there certain times of the day? Now, Carrie just posted that. I think he just posted that recently. All right. Are there certain times of day? Are there certain times of day you need to post versus others? If you are posting all the time, every day, that question is really easy. Why? All you need to do is look at the posts that are getting the most attention. If you look at the posts that are getting the most attention, then we can sit there and we can go, okay, Tuesday is the hot time. There are all kinds of articles out online that say Tuesday is the hot day for emails. Monday, they're overcrowded with work. Friday, they're not checking their email. Sunday night. We know that Sunday, in the end of the day, is a really hot time for online content. It's a really hot time. Why? Sunday night football. Everybody's sitting at home. Everybody's on the couch. That's why the hottest cable TV shows are on Sunday evening. Okay. We know Sunday is when the time to be online is. Now, let me remind you though, if you post, are they going to see that in the next 60 minutes? Well, if there's 30 other pages that they like and interact with, probably not. It might take a little while for that information to cycle through. Okay, so you need to remember that, and it's better to get the information out and then respond with the data. If you get information out and you don't see a response, then you can go, okay, maybe I approached this the wrong way. Maybe there was too much text. Maybe the image wasn't clear enough. Maybe I posted at the wrong time of day. But if you're not posting specifically with a goal in mind to grow a specific sector or element of your business, the time doesn't matter. The frequency doesn't matter. We need to post more. Then we can get a good response in what that looks like in terms of what timing should be there. Let's see. Anything else question-wise that we need to look at? I'm double checking. No, I think that just about covers it. So I got about 5 minutes left. If anybody has any other questions, you can put it out there, leave it out there. I think this is probably the second or third business builders that I've done for social media. Let the Chamber of Commerce know what you thought of this. Let me know what you thought. Message me. If you have specific questions, I'll be glad to help you. Remember, Albemarle Area Chamber of Commerce is committed to our economic success. We don't succeed if you don't succeed. I know this time in our country is hard. I really do. I mean, it's the hardest it's been for our business ever, being closed for this amount of time. Okay. Reopening is coming. Remind your customers what you're doing to protect them. Remind your customers that you're there, that you're important, that you're valued, and let's get our businesses reopened. Let's get back online and let's get going. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. Message me on Facebook. If not, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. Everybody be safe. Let's get back to work.